Welcome to the Fear and Greed Afternoon Market Report for Friday, the 28th of May 2021. Where in just a few minutes I tell you everything you need to know about what's happened in financial markets and the world of economics today. I'm Sean Aylmer. The S&P ASX 200 hit a new record today, beating its previous high on May 11 and closing at 7,180 points, up 1.2% for today. BHP Group and Rio Tinto led the way, both jumping more than 3%. The other major iron ore miner, Fortescue Metals, said its Iron Bridge project could cost as much as $1.2 billion more than first thought, in part because of higher labour costs and a strong Australian dollar. The project will now cost around $4.4 billion, and Fortescue's share price finished down slightly. All the major banks rose today by more than 1%, with Commonwealth Bank closing above $100 a share for the first time. Overall, nearly three-quarters of stocks on the bourse rose today. The one sector that didn't do so well was the tech sector, with Afterpay and Xero both down more than 1%. Ingham's Group, that's the chicken people, said profit this financial year would materially exceed current consensus forecasts. Better trading conditions and greater efficiencies have helped the bottom line. Ingham's share price jumped 8% today, the best of the top 200. Other strong performers were South32, up 5.6%, and Corporate Travel Management, up 5.5%. Among the worst performers were CSR Limited, down 5.4% after going ex-dividend, and Newey, which was off 5%. BetMakers made a $4 billion cash and scrip bid for Tabcorp's wagering division, even though it's about one-tenth the size of its target. Under the proposal, shareholders in Tabcorp would receive $3 billion in BetMakers shares and the rest in cash. BetMakers is the third party at the table. London-listed Entain made a $3.5 billion bid a couple of months ago, while US private equity group Apollo Management offered $3.5 billion just for the wagering business and a further $500 million for Tabcorp's gaming services. Tabcorp's share price closed up 2.4% today, but BetMakers fell nearly 16%. Non-bank lender Latitude Group said sales volumes were up across all categories except travel, with personal loan levels likely to rise by 25%. The group also expects to launch a buy now, pay later business later in the year. Latitude floated just 6 weeks ago with an issue price of $2.60 and has trended lower. On Friday, it jumped more than 3% to $2.53. And BlueScope Steel said it had received support from the New South Wales government for a $700 million plan to extend the life of its Port Kembla steelworks. The deal could create 1,000 jobs in the Illawarra region south of Sydney. BlueScope wants to fix and upgrade a mothballed blast furnace, and the New South Wales government declared it critical state infrastructure. Its share price jumped 2.7% today. The Aussie dollar is buying 77.3 US cents. Just recapping Wall Street, the Dow Jones Industrial Average ended 0.4% higher. The S&P 500 was up 0.1%, and the Nasdaq closed pretty much unchanged. That's it for the afternoon market report for Friday, the 28th of May 2021. Join me tomorrow morning for the weekend edition of the Fear and Greed Business Headlines. I'm Sean Aylmer. Enjoy your evening.